live dating show. We are just trying to make some connections and interactions during the pandemic. Why not? If you have not listened to Oh No Girl, Yes, the podcast, it is available on all podcast platforms. We are now in season 2. We have over 50 episodes so far where we talk about dating and relationships and things we've learned, things we want to do differently, should do differently. And a lot of times we just saying, where they at? Mm-hmm. So we found some singles to talk. They don't know each other prior to today. But if you are watching this, we want you to know that they are available and single. So you feel free to slide up in somebody's DMs if you feel like there is a connection for you. Right?
Yes.
We don't care who gets in them. It don't have to be the people we have on this show right now. Right. So that's the premise. The other thing is we want you to send your comments. We want you to send your questions. And we'll tell you a little bit more about what we want you to do to interact with this first date, because we're all on the first date. We got our cocktails ready. I put on earrings and eyelashes for this first date. And we are ready to introduce you to our 4 singles. Who do we have first?
First up, we have Daisy.
Hey, Daisy. Do you want to just introduce yourself to us and tell us a little bit about you?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Daisy. I am 43. I currently live in Huntsville. I am from Birmingham, and I'm an educator, and I like having fun, going out, hanging out, and being adventurous.
Nice, Daisy. All right, who's our next single, Robin?
Next, we have Miss Crystal.
Hey, Crystal, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, my name is Crystal. I'm 37. I live in the Birmingham area, and I work primarily with young people, love mentoring, and I love to travel. Haven't been able to do so much of it during the pandemic, but I look forward to it when the world opens back up.
Girl, pack your bags. We waiting. All right, who is our next single?
Oh, it's me. Hey. What's up? I'm Yedoye. I'm 28. I'm an actor, writer, comedian, and I got a hat on because I've been doing my hair for 6 days now. So so that's me.
Beautiful. You still look beautiful. And you're joining us from New York City.
New York, Brooklyn.
All right. Who is
last but not
single?
Last but not least. Oh.
Hey. Hey, everybody. My name's BBrian Crawford. Some of you may know me as BBrian. I am somewhat of an entrepreneur. I work in radio. I do weddings, live streaming. Originally from Jacksonville, Florida. Moved up here in 1996, and I'm 54. So.
All right. Thank you, first of all, to all of our single/guinea pigs. We appreciate you. And you guys are on our pilot episode. So this is going to be what we show to people to do the next episode. Like, see, they did. So make it good. Pretend like you're enjoying it. Our brand really depends on you. Okay, so audience, if you are watching, send your comments, send your questions. We have prepared questions we're going to ask our singles. But if you hear an answer that you think was a really good answer, please write that person's name, #second date. Meaning, hey, that's good enough to get you a second date. Now, don't think that it's just for women, for the men, or men for the women. Anybody that says something cool, you ain't gonna go on no second date with none of them. I don't know, you might. But don't feel limited on who you can shout out. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Now keep in mind, this is not a game. It is very similar to dating where there are no winners. So just like dating.
This is serious.
Winners, so let's go after it. Okay, question 1 is for everyone, all the singles. And again, if someone says something you want to respond to, feel free. Question number 1, we'll start with Daisy. What are you doing that's keeping you single?
Let's just be honest. Dating hasn't been my priority. I've just kind of been living my life, traveling, saying that I want to date, but not actively doing the thing to date. So yeah, I just it hadn't been my priority.
That is a great answer. I would like to claim that as my answer as well. And
me too.
No, Brian.
Life, and then
I was going to say that.
Right.
That happens. All right. Well, Brian, go ahead. That's your answer plus what?
I'm just really sort of nonchalant right now in terms of dating. I mean, plus you got cousin COVID out here, so it's kind of hard to make connections. I don't know. I haven't been on a date in so long.
Oh, how long? I'm curious now.
Well, I've been celibate since January. So and maybe not by choice. Well, what was the question again?
Question.
Hey, where are you going with that?
Wait. What happened? So let me think about cousin COVID. Yes, it is a challenge, but I'm not gonna let you put that on cousin COVID. He only been around since March. You ain't had nobody before that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I just
talking about COVID in a bad way. But if we had somebody before COVID, then maybe potentially we'd be quarantined with a boo.
Yeah, I ain't had nobody before COVID.
Okay, none of us did. That's why we don't do it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The last thing or the last relationship, what I would call serious relationship I've been in is in 2010. So since then, I have not been in a relationship. I've dated, gone on dates, I should say, but just nothing steady.
Okay, Crystal, why are you single? What are you doing that's keeping you single?
Before Crystal, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Before you answer it, we're having people put second date up. Please put the name by the person you're voting for, okay? When you say hashtag second date.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We won't see comments in real time, so put their name.
Pretty much the same thing that Daisy and Brian shared. I don't think I've prioritized dating or I viewed it as, this is something fun to do and it'll make for a great story with my family and friends.
Yeah. That's kind of how we date now in the pandemic. We got a podcast, we got to record every week, so we just trying to get content. So it's like, girl, call me back. We need content. All right, Yedoye, what are you doing that you are keeping yourself single?
I mean, I'm just sitting here being a 28-year-old man. That's not attractive at all.
Enough. You don't have to say
that's it. I'm 28. I watch too much anime. I host an anime channel on YouTube. I got all these emotions, I'm not in therapy. Everybody, I need to go to therapy.
You know what? Once you said 28, you kind of answered the question. You could have
I know, it was all there, Your
hashtag second date will be with Dr. Phil. All right. Next question. It's for the men only. Only the men are going to answer this. All right. So, ladies, listen. Be ready to respond if you like. I will start with you, Yedoye. What is your number one deal breaker?
Oh, here we go.
But I didn't ask you nothing yet.
My number one deal breaker. I mean, I guess you have to not be a murderer. So if you're a murderer, that's going to rule you out.
Okay. Let's go with number two.
Number two. Oh, let's go down to number 7 because the first 10 I think are crimes.
Okay. Crimes and misdemeanors are deal breakers for you.
Yeah. So no crimes. But after crimes, probably if you chew too loud, I don't like that. I don't like people that chew too loud, where you can hear it and it's all wet.
But when you say chew too loud, you are on a date with a gorgeous woman you're totally interested in. You're seeing her eat for the first time. You would not ask her out again because of how loudly she chewed.
You know what? I'm thinking pandemic dating, in Zoom, and they're chewing into the microphone. And you just hear that, and it's all just wet in your earlobe. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
I feel in person, I've never had that problem before. But we're doing the digital dash right now.
Yeah, the earbuds and headphones are throwing us off. Now I see the comments. Angela Williams says he's evasive. I'm assuming she's talking about Yedoye. So make sure you put the name about who you're talking about. A lot of folks talking, so I want to make sure I have the comment. Oh, they said, "Oh yeah, he's definitely 28." Yeah, they're talking about you. Okay, that's for you. All right, Brian. What is your number one deal breaker? It does not.
Oddly enough, depending on the crime, it's not a deal breaker. I mean, yeah, murder is probably gonna get you disqualified, but I mean, the Lord said we should forgive, and so I mean, little scam here, little petty theft there,
Now Now, so BBrian is the one that's letting the ladies that are watching from the penitentiary rec room hit him up.
He's gonna show up with the bail money.
You know, misdemeanor ain't never hurt nobody.
They literally have.
Come through with the bail money. That's right. There you go.
And so, okay, and see, it's funny that you should ask this question because you and I had this discussion. You and I. Yes, you, Eunice. Yes, yeah. And you were like, so what? I was like, I just want my woman to have pretty feet. That's all. And you're like, you too old to be asking for a woman to have pretty feet. And it was like, you spent 30 minutes trying to convince me of something that, you know, I've been living with, you know, since I've been 15 and you know.
Okay. So that is a deal breaker, really.
15.
Well, I mean, cute is a relative term. So, you know, cute to me.
You're still working on the same list from 15?
I put I have a foot fetish. I do. So there's that. But I put women. I feel like
upgrade
over they don't even matter.
Decades.
I'm sorry. What?
So describe,
what? Everybody at the same time. What?
Okay, go ahead, Daisy. What do you want to say in response to that?
Describe what is cute because it is relative to you. So when you say cute, that means what?
As far as cute feet.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, y'all look down at your feet. You know if your feet ugly or not. You can look down at your feet and tell if they ugly or not. If you don't wear strappy sandals in the summertime, or you know.
Now look,
like if your big toe is doing that, then that's not, you know, that's not really, you know.
You don't know if the day was good.
Did you say you were in your 50s?
Say what?
Did you say you were in your 50s?
Yeah, I'm 54. I'll be 55 in December.
So listen, upgrade each decade from 15. Like, you know, when you hit the 20s.
You gotta at least be different. You gotta at least be
Yedoye, what do you think about that being a major deal breaker?
No, you gotta at least be at the calf by now. You know what I'm saying? Like, just at the.
Listen,
you can't even get past those.
I'm just telling you, the first thing that I normally notice on a woman is, like, especially if it's like in the summertime or something, and she's got her feet out. I'm looking at her feet. That's
okay.
The first thing I'm looking at.
Since you mentioned we discussed this, we did. And I believe everyone is attracted to what they're attracted to. You don't have to apologize or explain it at all. I was just saying that at 54, I would think that you know that pretty feet is not going to dictate whether it's a great relationship. When you're younger, yeah, we all have a list. I want him to be 6'5". I want him to be this and this. But you realize that's not going to make them a great partner. And so you see how that's his fault. Let's move on. Move on.
Yeah, I would just say for the record that I'm 6'3".
Now, this next question is for women only, kind of attached to that question for the men. Women, ladies, how have your expectations evolved in dating? As you said, each decade, how have your expectations evolved? Now, that was a nice way to say, how much have you lowered your standards?
Well, I wouldn't say I lowered my standards. I would say that I've refined because it was, you know, I prefer that he's educated. I prefer that he has a job. I prefer that he's a Christian, but now I look for the action that backs that up. Like, you can have a job, that's cool, but how are you spending your money?
Right.
You know, you can say that you love the Lord and you go to church, but how are you living?
Right.
So that's what I'll say that my list, you know, it's been refined. Yeah.
What about you, Crystal?
I think for me, it's actions. Like she was just saying, as a younger woman, you know, you listen to the words and they say sweet nothings to you. But then as you get older, it's like, I need to see some action behind those words. And one thing that's really important to me is a man who is emotionally intelligent. Like,
come on now.
Okay, fellas, when you hear her say she would hope to find a man that's emotionally intelligent, what do you hear? What does that mean to you?
I mean, I don't know how. There's a lot of ways to answer this question. I feel like just a dude that listens. I feel like this. I can't make a joke here because I want y'all to know that I really know what you mean.
You've already been called invasive in 28, so just go.
I look. You just gotta listen. Be a witness to the experience. You don't have to fix everything. Just be available and be an open ear to that person, to your partner. Communicate. Tackle your problems when they start, not when they're about to finish.
Okay, 28.
Look, let's go. I read bell hooks. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, Brian, you got something to say about emotional intelligence?
Emotional intelligence. I think, the older you get, maybe the wiser you become in terms of how you deal with women, how you empathize with women, how you talk to women, how you listen to women. Like, you're not gonna, at 55, I'm not the same person I possibly was at 20, 21. So I think that's what she means. That's my answer to that question.
Now, I will say part of the inspiration for us even being here together is obviously the podcast, Oh No Girl, Yes. And I agree with Brian. The hope is that as you get older, you mature and you become wiser. In my experience of dating men my age and older, I'm 45, it has not coincided. There is not a coordination between age and maturity. So the reason why I have a podcast called Oh No, He Didn't, Girl, Yes, He Did is because a 50-year-old broke up with me via text message while I was doing the news live.
What?
Okay.
That's not a sign of emotional maturity.
Well, he's not emotionally, emotionally intelligent.
No, but it seems no one is.
You don't even have to get to the emotional maturity. He didn't know your schedule.
No,
he couldn't wait till you were off the clock.
Thank you, 28. That is my point. I'm sorry, you do it. Thank you, 28. That is my point. But anyway, next question. Okay, you can choose to answer either one of these questions. Okay, you can either show us or tell us about a secret talent you have, or you can answer this question. If you were to show up on the 10 o'clock news, what would it be for? Let's start with Brian. Do you have a secret talent we don't know about, or if you ended up on the news, what happened?
If I ended up on the news, it would probably be some sort of community service project that I was doing with my fraternity.
Oh, he went all serious and mature, like, okay.
Emotional maturity.
Someone said he can't answer because he's focusing on toes.
That's the last question. That was the last couple questions.
He got everybody looking down at their feet like, I think they look okay. We'll come back to this in a moment. All right, Daisy, what about you? Do you have a secret talent you want to share, or what would you do to end up on the news?
No, I don't think I have a secret talent. So I think if I ended up on the news, it would be because I am promoting something with an organization or sharing something about mentoring with a youth group or something to that effect. So it would be, something for that aspect.
Well, we got these people all community minded. That's what I'm talking about. No pressure, Yedoye. Tell me, you got a secret talent, or?
I mean, look, if I feel like you're gonna ask me to do it, so I don't want to say, but I will.
Yes, I'm gonna ask you to do it. Yes.
I sang a cappella in college. I'm a singer also. On top of I don't do it.
Now you gotta sing something.
Tenor, what are you?
Are you taking requests, or do you have a song that you can knock it out?
Man, this is more on the spot than okay. How about I'm a high baritone, low tenor, by the way. Okay. I'm gonna not look at the screen because I don't like this. The markings on your surface, your speckled face, flood crystals hang from your ears. I couldn't gauge my fears. I can't relate to my peers. I'd rather live outside. I'd rather chip my pride than lose my mind out here. I don't want to. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do.
Okay, I don't know if I can put a comment in. I would put hashtag second date. Okay.
What'd you say? I missed it.
You get a hashtag second date for the singing. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll take it.
Thank you for sharing. All right, Crystal, what you got?
All right, so I definitely can't sing. Funny fact is, everybody in my family can sing but me. I would probably be on the news for, as well as Brian and Daisy were saying, for mentoring young people or promoting some type of community service.
All right, Angela Williams has called 28 Lil Van Hunt.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You getting a lot of different names tonight, Yedoye.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot my real name.
I told you. Thank y'all for sharing that. Everybody's community service oriented, professional people, singles, eligible, available. If you have seen someone that kind of you would like to get to know more about, they are open to you sliding in their DMs. They like they single. I mean, what else? Just tell us about it. So real quick, like I mentioned, the podcast was born from me getting broken up with, but that's not via text while I was doing the news, but that's not like my worst breakup story. So does anybody want to share their worst or most crazy or most interesting breakup story? I know the dudes don't, because I know it was your fault. Ladies?
No.
Totally unbiased.
Yeah,
Unbiased production.
I had a situation. I was dating someone and he just kind of went ghost on me. And I had a friend to invite me to a Super Bowl party. And I walked into the Super Bowl party and who was sitting on the sofa? Him. And it's because she and he were now together. And they're still together.
Okay, wait.
What?
Did she know you had been dating him?
No.
And he didn't know that was your friend?
No.
Ah.
It happened to be the game where New England came back on Atlanta. So the 32-3.
Wait. But
Oh, that was already a bad day. That was already a bad day.
That was a great day.
Yes,
it was a whole game. And he and I actually talked in the living room briefly, and that was it. Haven't talked to him since.
That reminds me. Yedoye and Brian, have you ever ghosted a woman? Yedoye 28, thank you.
Look, you gotta go forward about your problems. Just be open. Yes.
Ghosting is the worst. Why did you, if you don't have to get into details, but what made you feel like ghosting was the answer to whatever caused you to ghost?
I don't think I ever I didn't ever say to myself like I'm a ghost this girl. I just was like it just kind of happened, you know.
You just started withdrawing and retreating from the interaction.
Kinda, yeah. And it's not like I ghost somebody we're in a relationship. It's always been like dating apps, just like I don't really want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold dating apps to ghosting because I mean, you know.
Yeah. Everybody look at Brian's face real quick.
Brian, have you ever ghosted a woman?
I'm just sort of reminiscing about.
Pick one to tell us about.
One, the most recent one.
No, there is not more than one. There's only one instance.
Okay.
You know what I really want to know is how long does karma last? Like, it's been, oh God, it's been like since 2000. Well, no, it was before then.
Okay, let me give you the answer to the
It's
karma.
been since like 98 or something.
Okay, so let me give you the answer. Let me tell you who gave us the answer to how long does karma last. I would refer to the great philosopher Erykah Badu. Maybe next lifetime. We'll be butterflies.
Yeah.
You'll get it right next lifetime, but it's gonna follow you to the end on this one. All right.
It was a case of she confronted me about something. And I was in the middle of doing something and I just really didn't want to have that conversation. And so she kept asking me about it. And I was like, you know, and so she finally just left. And then I went out of town. I think I went back home to Jacksonville about a week later, and I think I reached out and just, I think that was probably it.
So for ladies who are not in relationships with Brian or Yedoye, would you like to speak on the backside of being ghosted? And so maybe the next time they're in a situation where ghosting may potentially happen, they would potentially think about it differently?
I also want to preface before y'all continue that I've also been ghosted. So I don't, so I relate to.
Okay,
to
Brian.
Honest, I'm ghosted.
Brian, have you been ghosted?
Is ghosting the same as being curved, or are those two different things? Hey, curving I've been curved.
Curving is
curved I've been curved like Malfunction Junction. I've been curved.
I think they're different, right? You were saying they're different?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, curving is active. Ghosting is passive. You don't have to do anything to ghost.
This 28-year-old.
28
dropping that wisdom.
Look,
y'all gotta give some second dates.
Yeah, we need y'all to give us.
Y'all gotta give some second dates. Y'all not giving the men any love right now. I don't appreciate it.
So, ladies, since one of our men has been ghosted, so he has an understanding of being on the backside of it. But this is something you would offer for all the men watching, but also the men that have potentially done it. What would you like to say? Because a lot of times when we do get ghosted, we just let it go because we're like, whatever, he didn't deserve me anyway. But I think we need to start taking a little bit more responsibility in holding these people accountable. Like, okay, it's not a love connection. Okay, we're not going to be together, but use your words, What would y'all think?
I feel like ghosting gives a person a pass not to be an adult about the situation, not to communicate. So it's like, oh, I'm just going to go silent. It's like a little kid, they get mad about something or they don't want to do something anymore. And it's like, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. You're not my friend anymore. And it's like, no, have an adult conversation. Hey, we're not compatible. I actually had a man once email me and ask me for an exit interview in email form about why we weren't compatible. That was very interesting, but it taught me to then say that to people in the future because I did ghost him.
That man wanted some closure.
He wanted some closure.
But can anyone else actually give you closure, or is that an inside job?
It is. You gotta just suck it up and be like, hey, that didn't work and that's okay. Like, we weren't meant to be and that's okay.
Yeah, I think closure is an illusion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that'll be our podcast topic next week. If you listen to Oh No Girl, yes, it comes out a new episode every Tuesday. This week we posed the question: can men and women be friends? Can they be platonic friends? Brian, what do you think?
I think absolutely they can be platonic friends. I have a few women platonic friends. Now, have I tried to holler at them and then got curved?
So I suggested the theory that a man told me years ago that if a man does have several platonic female women friends, it's because they are attracted to them. Even if nothing has ever happened or they might not ever pursue it. Do you believe that to be true in your case?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking whoever gonna answer.
Oh.
Brian?
I don't know that level of attractiveness has anything to do with having a platonic friend. Now, I will say that like for women, like if y'all are like if we're dating a woman and like she's got a friend who's like an extra IBM type nerd with the pocket protector, we might feel less threatened by that guy as opposed to if her friend was Morris Chestnut or somebody, But and I think, do women feel the same way about that? Like if the person that your guy happens to be friends with is, kind of homely or whatever, does it matter? Or do you think that men don't care what they look like when?
Okay, go ahead. Let's move on to the next person.
I don't really care what the friend looks like as long as she knows boundaries if we're in a relationship. Right. Like, she shouldn't be coming over, calling late, like stuff like that. Like, no boundaries if we're in a relationship.
I was about to say.
That's the problem. If she's not presenting herself respectfully and acknowledging the relationship, or him, if he is not requiring that there are boundaries being set, then that's where the problem is. It has nothing to do with the physical looks.
She might be more than just a friend.
I was about to say, I hope they can be friends, because otherwise I have a lot of relationships I need to figure out.
Yeah. You are in a lot of bad relationships.
Yeah, I need to be communicating better.
Okay, so we're about to wrap up. If anyone watching has a question to any of our singles, please send it to us now. We're watching for your questions. If you want to ask 28 a question or make a comment, or Crystal or Brian, his name is Yedoye, but 28
Yedoye.
Send a question now.
Send it quickly.
Make me sound like I'm a president.
Again, want to thank you guys for participating. We're going to start looking at how many folks got second dates. I saw some of them kind of.
Yeah, I've been keeping tally. But my question is this: does OK28 count as second date? Because I saw a lot of those.
OK28 a second date. Yeah, that'll count as a second date.
Okay.
Because
that'll help with my tally.
OK28, I'm sure when she was typing it, she said OK28.
Yes, and it wasn't just one person. It was at least 3 or 4 people said that.
Yeah, so if you have a question or comment for any of our singles, please send it now. We are going to re-tag this with everybody's Facebook name, so to make it a little bit easier for you to find everybody if you did want to slip into that inbox. It ain't none of our business, but please tell us. Because again, we're just trying to make connections among other people. So let me ask you, Daisy, out of our 2 single males, who surprised you the most this evening with their answers?
Both of them, actually. So I didn't know Yedoye. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, you got it.
So this is my first time meeting him. I've heard of Brian because I'm from Birmingham. So knowing him from 957, DJing and things of that nature. So I can honestly say both of them have surprised me with their answers.
At the same time, we got a comment from a viewer. Mary says, Brian, you lost me with the feet. Come on, bro. Really?
That's marbling. That's marbling.
You're not going to change his mind. I spent 30 minutes. All right, Crystal, what about you?
I would have to say Yedoye. I know we know that age has no connection to maturity, but I am surprised at your answer. Just hearing from some of the young women that I may mentor in the 20s, and they're like, "Oh, guys suck." And I'm like, "Wait till you get to your 30s, they still suck."
They don't work. You have my album.
Hey, thank you.
You are surprisingly a very charming young 28-year-old.
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say, Yedoye, you surprised me because what I think you are very mature, but I think you're able to play the I'm just 28 role to not have to live up to your maturity level.
You know what?
You do better when you know better things. So as long as you can claim 28, we'll think you don't know no better. But now you have to
know what? You might be onto something.
Yeah.
You tell all these people my secrets.
Right. So Yedoye at 28 can probably handle. I don't know. Do you have a preference? Your age, younger, older?
I don't really care. You know, I've kind of gone both ways. I think I dated somebody like 5 years older than me when I was like 21, and now I think I've been on dates with somebody like 3 or 4 years older than me.
So that's funny. So when you say 5 years older than you at 21, at 45, I'm like, she still was on similar. Brian, what about your dating? Is it your age, younger or older?
My age, maybe down to like 40, perhaps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies, what is your dating range? Will you date younger? How old will you go? What's your range?
I've always kept a 5 years up and 5 years down range. So from my age, 5 years up, 5 years down. I like young men, but I'm not opposed to mature gentlemen.
Again, 5 years older than you would still be my little younger something. All right.
I didn't know we were going our whole possibility. I thought we were saying what you have dated.
Well, give me your full range of possibility.
My full range of possibility. Look, I'm open to whatever happens. You know, if there's a connection, there's a connection.
And there is a pandemic, so there's nothing that you are open like a pandemic.
So one of our viewers wants to know how old you are, Yedoye.
How
tall you are. I'm sorry. How tall you are?
I'm 6'3". I don't know if that changes anybody's.
Oh, that might make a difference for her because she's a basketball player.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she's a basketball player. She wants to know how tall you are. Okay, Daisy, what's your range?
I have done my age and older, but I am open to maybe a couple of years younger, just because I've never done it. At this point, I mean, I'm willing to experiment. You never know.
We have evolved in our expectations. Amen.
Yes.
I've done younger and older, and we actually have shirts that say "Tag Your Daddy." So at 45, it could be the son of the daddy.
There's a whole movement about somebody's son, but I'm on like somebody's uncle now.
Okay, uncle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking for somebody's mama.
Let me tell you something. Brian, you're somebody's granddaddy, so granddaddies are welcome as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, depending on when he became a granddaddy, yeah, he could be in the range.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, my granddaughter's 9.
There you go. So I'm saying sons, daddies, and granddaddies.
Don't forget my uncles.
I'm nervous about them sons. I can do uncles. Like I'm just I had
uncle.
You think that's because you work with the youth, Daisy?
Yes, and I spent so much time just kind of having that separation that I feel some type of way. And just to be honest, my oldest nephew is 4 years younger than I am. So, I just feel some type of, that's why I said maybe 2 years. But when I started thinking about friends,
That's gonna keep you out of jail, Daisy. That's good. You keep them limitations and boundaries. That's good for you. Because the people that end up in jail, these teachers, is they on that sliding scale.
no boundaries, yes.
I get that. Comment from Angela Williams. I'm assuming it is towards our friend Brian.
Mamas have bunions, so oh well.
Oh well.
Hey, look.
Deal with these feet.
We had this conversation. I said, Brian, this woman has been, if she's your age, she has been on her feet a long time. She might have been a dancer or a model, gorgeous, beautiful woman. Her feet cannot band-aid, necessarily. And again, he's well within his right to be attracted to what he's attracted to. So he says, I don't want to be rubbing her feet and they ugly. I said, that's why God made socks. Ain't nobody.
I mean, who's rubbing feet in socks on the?
Okay.
No. I mean, there may always be exceptions to the rule, and then, like I said, cute is relative. Mm-hmm. Cute to me. So
yeah.
So the better question is, Brian, what do your feet look like?
My feet look fine.
They look fine.
I got no bunions, no calluses. I need
real
pedicure,
Second toe longer than the first toe?
No.
I don't know. So you had to go look.
Okay, we're gonna take this last question from
Yes,
the
it's final question. Any preference on dating people with kids? That's for everyone.
Like kids that live at home or kids up off in college?
Just kids.
No kids. Do you have a preference? Like, where are you in the kid conversation? Like, I'll use myself as an example. At 45, I could date somebody younger, but if they haven't had kids and want some, I'm not a good option for them. I don't care if they have kids. So
we did have that conversation. Like, I went out a couple of times with a young lady who was 35, had no kids, never been married, and like one of my first questions was like, what do you think about kids? Because I know I don't want no kids. I'm not getting up in the middle of the night changing diapers. That's not something I'm willing to do at 54. And she wanted kids. She wanted like a couple of kids. And so I was like, yeah, well, it was, good knowing you.
Yeah, or you need to get a woman that might not have pretty feet, but that will get up in the middle of the night to change your diapers. Amen.
I mean, it depends. Like, they like PlayStation. I need somebody to hang out.
Well, that's the other range. Okay, moving on.
Somebody to hang out. I need somebody to hang out with. I need friends.
No, wrong answer.
I'm trying to hang out. I'm bored.
Wrong answer, 28. Okay.
I'm not ready to be a stepdad.
I think at my age, I think it's a little unrealistic to think that I wouldn't meet a guy that had a child or children. So I'm not opposed to dating someone with children. Now, I do have some boundaries around how many mothers are associated with these children, and the dynamic in the relationship surrounding that. But no, I'm not, because I want kids, so I'm not opposed to that.
All right, Krista?
Not opposed to dating someone with kids. I do need them to have a good co-parenting relationship with the parent, though. I do not like drama, so that is like a no-go for me.
And it makes a difference if the kids are good. Like if the kids got silver teeth, then that is a deal breaker. That's not gonna happen.
A woman is wonderful, but her baby comes in and got silver caps. You saying that's a no?
Nope. Because that's a badass child right there.
No, they could have had deficiencies when she was pregnant, and that's just a part of the growing phase. Now, if they 7 and still got caps, then we got problems.
I don't hate no high fructose corn syrup over here like that. Like, don't be that person, okay? It's red. It's our favorite. I don't know where our producer went. She took herself out the show. All right, so we appreciate all the comments. I'm looking. People are screaming "Brian" with all caps and a bunch of exclamation points. Wow, Brian! Wow, Brian!
What I say?
What didn't you say, Brian? What didn't you say? And so again, we want to thank all of our.
Sorry.
I'm like, you took us out the room.
My bad. Okay. Huh?
You were tallying the second day.
Yes. So it was very, very close, but the winner is, drum roll, please. Okay, 28.
Hey.
Yay!
Hey.
Look at Brian.
It's like, really?
Well, I'm just looking at all these comments. Everybody's shaking their head at me. I don't know why.
Yeah, you see your name showing up in the comments a lot, Brian. You go back and read them over a nightcap. All right, Yedoye, you surprised a lot of us. You didn't surprise us on some of your answers, but that's okay. Be who you are. We appreciate you being open to it. Brian, thank you so much for being open to it. We know, Brian, especially somebody like you in Birmingham, where most of our viewers are here, that we don't know you as Brian. We know you as BBrian behind the turntable. So thank you for letting us get to know you better. Crystal, thank you so much. Crystal is an avid listener and supporter of the podcast, as is Daisy. Really appreciate both of y'all supporting First Date. And like I said, being our initial guinea pig, we will continue this. And so we have some more singles that are in the wings, waiting to make connections. We're going to retag this video with everyone's screen name. So if it's somebody you wanted to maybe ask another question. Wait, before we go, we got a man in here defending Brian. Christopher Wright then came into the room to my Brian was just being honest. Yes, that's all we want is honesty.
That's what y'all say y'all want, honesty.
We just want your honesty to not be stupid. That's all. All right. Really appreciate y'all watching. Share it. And again, if you would like to be eligible featured single on First Date, keep in mind, it is very much like dating. It is a game, but there are no winners. We appreciate y'all supporting Oh No Girl Yes, and we will see y'all next time. Bye.
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 Bye.